I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that we are live because it's always live. So, hello and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred today in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History, What Happened Today in History,
Historical calendar,
and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else we gather throughout the show, check the underbar. Anyway, I am Aoxander.
I am Lunk.
And today is Tears Day, aka Tuesday, March 8th, 2022. Starting us off in 1010, why don't you start us off?
Sure. In 1010, Fedorovsky completes his epic poem, Shaman.
Cool. See, 116 years later, in 1126, following the death of his mother, Queen Urraca of Leon, Alfonso VII was proclaimed King of Leon. Huh.
Nice. I'm waiting for this shit to load up. Script. Script being a dick.
Oh yeah, Discord is having a problem right now, actually. It started about a half hour ago at 10:26. It's 11:02 right now. So I'll just go through the script, and then you can make comments until things get better with Discord.
I'll just stick in research.
I'm sorry?
I'll just stick in the...
Oh. Are you there?
I got a phone call.
Okay. Well, while he's a phone calling, I'll just take the show here. In 1262, the Battle of Hausbergen between Bergoy's militias and the army of the Bishop of Strasbourg occurred. Moving on up to 1558, the city of Pori, which is Bjornberg, Swedish, was founded by Duke John on the shores of the Gulf of Bothnia. 1628, the Treaty of Roskilde, after a devastating defeat in the Northern Wars, 1655 through 1661. Frederick III, the King of Denmark-Norway, was forced to give up nearly half of his territory to Sweden. Ooh, that's a kick in the pants right there. 1702, Queen Anne, the younger sister of Mary II, became Queen Regent of England, Scotland, and Ireland. 20 years later, in 1722, the Safavid Empire of Iran was defeated by an army from Afghanistan at the Battle of Ghulanabad. 1736, Nader Shah, founder of the Asfarid dynasty, was crowned Shah of Iran. In 1775, an anonymous writer thought by some to be Thomas Paine, published African Slavery in America, which was the first article in the American colonies calling for the emancipation of slaves and the abolition of slavery. See here, 7 years later in 1782, the Gannat-Houghton massacre occurred, in which 96 Native Americans in Gannat-Houghton, Ohio, who had converted to Christianity, were killed by Pennsylvania militiamen in retaliation for raids carried out by other Indian tribes, or Native American tribes. 1801, during the War of the Second Coalition, at the Battle of Aboukir, a British force under Sir Ralph Abercrombie landed in Egypt with the aim of ending the French campaign in Egypt and Syria. I believe that's during the Napoleonic Wars, era time. 1844, King Oscar I ascended to the thrones of Sweden and Norway. Also in 1844, the Althing, the Parliament of Iceland, was reopened after 45 years of closure. That's a long time.
Indeed it is. I have returned.
Welcome back. I am at 1868.
In the 1868 Sakai incident, Japanese samurai killed 11 French sailors in the port of Sakai, Osaka.
Dang.
Yep.
Moving on up to the next century, in 1910, French aviator Raymond de la Roche became the first woman to receive a pilot's license. Cool, cool, cool.
That is cool. 1817, International Women's Day protest in Petrograd marked the beginning of the February Revolution. February 23rd in the Julian calendar.
Yes, the world now goes by the Gregorian calendar. Also, in 1917, the United States Senate voted to limit filibusters by adopting the closure rule. That didn't work out too well.
No. Also, in 1921, Spanish Prime Minister Eduardo Dato Adria is assassinated while on his way home from the Parliament building in Madrid.
Jeez. Another person assassinated in Madrid. Wasn't somebody killed in Madrid, Spain, while walking with his girlfriend?
Yes.
We were talking about that. I think that's where they were. In 1936, Daytona Beach and Road Course held its first oval stock car race.
Nice.
Left turn.
Also, in 1937, Spanish Civil War, the Battle of Guadalajara begins.
Guadalajara, Mexico. 1942, during World War II, the Dutch East Indies surrendered Java to the Imperial Japanese Army.
Also in 1942, in World War II, Imperial Japanese Army forces captured Rangoon, Burma from the British.
Dang. So they got the Dutch East Indies, Rangoon, Burma. So interesting. 8 years later, in 1950, the iconic Volkswagen Type 2 bus begins production. A lot of things that something a lot of people don't know about Volkswagen. It was started by Adolf Hitler. You know, so if you drive a VW, you're a Nazi.
I bet I didn't not see that coming. Also in 1963, the Ba'ath Party comes to power in Syria in a coup d'etat. I'm guessing that's when Gaddafi takes over.
Let me see here. Muammar Gaddafi. Was he part of the Ba'ath Party? Yeah, Libyan Arab Socialist Ba'ath Party. Yeah, it was led by Muammar Gaddafi. Yep. 1965, during the Vietnam War, U.S. Marines arrived at Da Nang.
Also 1966, Nelson's Pillar in Dublin, Ireland destroyed.
Nelson's Pillar. What is Nelson's Pillar? There we go. Nelson's Pillar. Nelson's Pillar was a large granite column capped by a statue of Horatio Nelson built in the center of what was the Sackville Street in Dublin, Ireland. Oh, okay. It's a cool pillar. I'm going to add this to the underbar.
Discord being dumb again, as usual.
As per usual. In 1979, Philips demonstrated the compact disc publicly for the first time. The company Philips. Like Norelco, I think.
Yes. Compact disc. You are amazing
the
device.
CD, yep.
Also in 1963, Cold War, while addressing a convention of evangelicals, U.S. President Ronald Reagan labels the Soviet Union an evil empire.
Evil
Tear
empire.
down this wall.
Reagan smash. Reagan smash. Reagan sleepy. In 1985, a supposed failed assassination attempt on Islamic cleric Syed Mohammed Hussein Falada in Beirut, Lebanon, killed at least 56 people and injured 180 others. Wow.
Yeah.
They wanted this guy dead so hard they killed everyone around him. Jesus.
They're making sure that they kill him.
Yeah.
And others. Also, in 2004, a new constitution is signed by Iraq Governing Council.
Cool. One
Yep.
decade later, or 10 years, in 2014, in one of aviation's greatest mysteries, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, carrying a total of 239 people, disappeared en route from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. The fate of the flight remains unknown. I remember that. There's a whole thing about that. So, not sure if we'll ever know what happened.
I know what happened. I got drunk.
Oh, God.
And I hit the wall.
Uh-oh.
That had nothing to do with the plane.
Is Discord still being a butt?
Yeah, unfortunately I can't do Birth and Death, but I can do 2017.
Okay.
In 2017, the Azure window, a natural arch on the Maltese island of Gorzo, collapsed in stormy weather. Oh, that sucks.
Hang on, look this up here. The Azure window. Oh, that's cool. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Did
Nature fucks up
Did they
Paris.
seriously, like, build metal around the whole thing? Look at that. That's so tacky. Well, man. That's awful. Anyway, jumping up to 2018, the first Arat March, which is a social and political demonstration, was held beginning International Women's Day in Karachi, Pakistan. Since then, annually held across Pakistan, and feminist slogan "Mera Jism Meri Marzi," "My body, my choice," in demand for women's right to bodily autonomy and against gender-based violence, came into vogue in Pakistan. It's pretty cool, you know.
Yes.
Although my body, my choice goes to a certain extent. You know, if you can't close your legs, then you got to take responsibility for what happens. It's that simple. You know, don't go around murdering innocent children because, you're too loose. That's just inhuman and selfish. Can you see 2021?
Yes. 2021 International Women's Day marches in Mexico became violent, with 62 police officers and 19 civilians injured in Mexico City alone.
Okay, so why are they getting violent? That makes no sense.
Well, I don't know. Probably some people hate the idea.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, especially in those type of countries.
Yep, that is true. Before we get into births and deaths, any articles intrigue you today?
The Volkswagen bug and the Japanese forces taking Burma.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the bus. Yeah, I'm gonna... Yeah. Oh, you probably didn't hear this, but earlier, an anonymous writer, like in 1775, an anonymous writer thought by some to be Thomas Paine published African Slavery in America, which was the first article in the American colonies calling for the emancipation of slaves and the abolition of slavery.
Damn.
That's the one that sparked my interest today. Anyway, getting into births, if Discord stops bugging out, interrupt me, okay? I'm just gonna rattle these off.
Okay.
1495, we have John of God, a Portuguese friar and saint. 1714, Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach, a German pianist and composer. I wonder if that's like Bach, like the actual Bach.
Yeah. Wait. Repeat the name.
Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach.
No.
Okay.
Bach is Johann Sebastian Bach.
Okay. Yeah, I figured it was a Johann. They're always Johann. 1726, Richard Howe, 1st Earl Howe, English admiral and politician who was a treasurer of the Navy. 1761, Jan Potocki, Polish ethnologist, historian, linguist, and author. What is an ethnologist? Ethanol? Ethnologist. A person who studies different societies and cultures. Oh, okay. Then I guess we're all ethnologists these days. 1822, Ignacy Lukasiewicz, Polish inventor and businessman who invented the kerosene lamp. 1865, Frederick Godey, American type designer. I believe that's like different fonts of what we call fonts now. But these are different type
Yes.
things. Because back in those days they had like the presses. You didn't have computers. 1922, Ralph H. Baer, a German U.S. video game designer who created Magnavox Odyssey. Never heard about that. What is Magnavox Odyssey? Let me look that up here. Sounds pretty cool. It was the first commercial home video game console. Dang. Okay,
Wow.
I'm definitely putting that in the underbar. Eventually. 1947, Michael S. Hart, U.S. author who founded Project Gutenberg. I've got to look up Project Gutenberg as well. Let me add that to the thing. Project Gutenberg. Project Gutenberg. Project Gutenberg is a volunteer effort to digitize and archive cultural works as well as to encourage the creation and distribution of ebooks. It was founded in 1971 by American writer Michael S. Hart and is the oldest digital library. Dang. That's pretty cool. I'm going to add that to the underbar real quick. Okay. Alright. Get back into this. 1966, Greg Barker, Baron Barker of Battle, English politician. I wonder why he was a Baron of Battle. 1976, Freddie Prinze Jr., U.S. actor, producer, and screenwriter. You still there, Lunk?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. Did you hear that name?
No, I didn't.
Freddie Prinze Jr.,
Oh, yeah.
born today in 1976.
Oh, nice.
And then 1 year later in 77, James Van Der Beek, another U.S. actor. And in 1982, Keemstar, U.S. YouTuber.
Fuck him.
What did he do?
He yelled the N-word a lot.
Oh, okay. Then fuck him, yeah. Then deaths, we have 1126, Urraca of Leon and Castillo. 1550, John of God, again, Portuguese friar and saint. He was both born and died on the same day. That's a rarity. 1723, Christopher Wren, English architect who designed St. Paul's Cathedral. What is St. Paul's Cathedral? I gotta look that up. This sounds very familiar, though. I think I already know about this one.
Yeah. We all know about...
Oh, this one. Sorry, what'd you say?
I think we all seen St. Paul's Cathedral already.
Yeah, I think I already spoke about this guy in Burst because when I looked this up, this was already in my search history. 1874, Millard Fillmore, a U.S. lawyer and politician who was the 13th President of the United States. 1887, James Buchanan Eads, American engineer who designed the Eads Bridge. I'm going to have to look this up too. Eads Bridge. Oh, that's a pretty cool looking bridge. Yeah. Interesting. 1917.
What?
I'm sorry?
Continue.
1917. Ferdinand von Zeppelin, a German general and businessman. I think he's the one who invented Zeppelins, or the one that the Zeppelin was namesaked after.
I'm guessing.
Ferdinand von
Virgin
Zeppelin.
Hindenburg.
Count Ferdinand von Zeppelin was a German general and later inventor of the Zeppelin-rigged airships, which soon became synonymous with airships and dominated long-distance flight until the 1930s. He founded the company Luftschiffbau Zeppelin. All right, so an academic who invented. Oh wait, wrong one. Yep. Who invented Zeppelins. Alright. Then in 1923 we have Johannes Diederik van der Waals, a Dutch physicist and academic. 1930, William Howard Taft, U.S. politician who was the 27th President of the United States.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, he died today, so not nice.
Yeah.
But 1944, Freddie Hirsch, a German Jewish athlete who helped thousands of Jewish children during the Holocaust. There's a book called 20 and 10. I suggest you give it a read. It's really good. 1983, Alan Lennox Boyd, the first Viscount Boyd of Merton, English lieutenant and politician. 1999, Joe DiMaggio, U.S. baseball player and coach. 2004, Mohammed Zaidan founded the Palestine Liberation Front. The source called him a Syrian terrorist. So what is the Palestine Liberation Front? Because when it comes to Palestine and all that stuff, I know what really happened. The Palestine Liberation Front is a Palestinian political faction. Since 1997, the PLF has been a designated terrorist organization by the United States. The PLF has also been banned in Japan. Alright, so it's not a terrorist organization, but just simply because, they're against, our Lord and Masters Israel, we have to label them as such. 2013, Ewald Heinrich von Kleist-Schmidten, German soldier and publisher. I wonder...
Bless you.
Hey, I know, right? I wonder if he got in trouble. Did his mom call him by his full name? It's just like... He's just like, you hear a crash. Ewald Heinrich von Kleist-Schmidten! Fuck. Run. 2014, Leo Brechtholz, an Austrian-U.S. Holocaust survivor and author. 2015, Sam Simon, a U.S. director, producer, and screenwriter. Why does Sam Simon sound familiar? Oh, he was part of The Simpsons and such. George Carlin. Okay. Because every now and then I hear names and I don't remember who they were, but they're very familiar. Like this very next one here in 2016, George Martin, English composer, conductor, and producer. Now I know there's George R.R. Martin, but this is not the same guy. Who is this guy?
Yeah, no, that's not the same person.
No, I know. He composed Ringo's theme, apparently. Well, anyway, that concludes the show. Sorry that's a little short and a little rough, but Discord's being a pain in the tuchus. So, once again, check the underbar for any links you may be interested in, which also include...
Sohin TV on Twitch.
And everything Omni Coalition. As I've been mentioning, we will be switching platforms, streaming platforms to Rumble. The link will be in the underbar for that. We will still be posting in this channel, but this has grown beyond just my personal thing. This has become a group effort, so we're representation defying, or whatever the word is. Anyway, for all of you and all of us, I am Aoxander.
I am Lunk.
And you are you. Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until tomorrow, you'll see us then. Toodles.